Good, fine. Who cares? I do it. What difference does that make to me? It's not illegal. The difference is, the only problem is the NCAA doesn't see a penny of that, and that upsets them. Through no way do they make money, so it's a rule for the sake of having a rule. They get no benefit. If a collegiate athlete's getting money, it doesn't help NCAA at all. Financially, it doesn't help them at all. So, so that's that. But I just don't understand why it's such a big deal. How a collegiate athlete gets money. If he's not dealing meth, out of his dorm room, then what's the big deal? He's not doing anything illegal. And okay, well, yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be specifically meth. I mean, I don't think it's okay to deal coke either. Oh, real nice. Oh, yeah, okay. I just think it's a little odd, that's all. It's a little odd. I mean, these kids work so hard. I mean, to be a collegiate level athlete, you have to be in pretty prime condition. I mean, you have to be in top physical condition, much like a professional athlete. And at the same time, if you're taking real courses, which all of them are taking some courses, you have to keep your grades up. Granted, it's quite easy for a lot of athletes because they take joke courses like ballroom dancing. All right, but some of them are actually taking their education seriously, so they're going to school full time, working on hard things. Working on just tough subjects, and then at the same time trying to stay in a top-notch physical condition. I mean, these guys are putting in more work than regular students. Some of these regular students have, are just trust fund kids. That's how they got into the college in the first place. Their parents are loaded. They could pay flat out for their kids to go, and they pay for their kids' rent, and all the way, and give them $1,000 a week. I mean, you know what I mean? And then you have these athletes there that aren't allowed to get any extra money, whose parents can't afford to feed them, to constantly be sending them checks to cover their rent and all their other expenses. They don't have time to work or do anything. They're not allowed to get any money, and they're working harder than the rest of the students on campus. See, now that's not fair. That's not fair. So that's why I think as a reward for working as hard as they do, if a booster wants to slip them a few G's, good for you. That's good for working hard. You know what I mean? I don't know, like I said, it's not that they need to pay athletes, they just need to loosen up the rules. They just need to let them get money somehow. All right? There's just so many restrictions and rules and regulations. And it just bothers me. Just let them get a little. Absolutely. It says they can sign T-shirts at supermarket openings. Absolutely. Something. Get them a little change in their pocket. Just anything. I mean, you would probably see... Gorilla says, "Hey, Eric, you know how yesterday you can't have a cam because you're looking rough? I don't follow the logic. BDP shoots down that theory." BDP's got a cam. Hey, BDP is a fine-looking man. Hey, I'm sticking up for you, Paul. I'm sticking up for you. Yeah, I did. I said he's a fine-looking man. I didn't say he's fine. Well, yeah, my boy's fine. That's what my grandpa always said about me growing up. Hey, what a fine-looking boy. That's... Gorilla. College athletes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one. I go back and forth. I could see paying them a small amount. I don't know that I could see paying the water polo team, though, because they don't generate any. That's the big argument. It's like, oh, well, athletics generates all the income. Well, but only a couple. Only a couple sports generate all the income. You know, only a few. A lot of sports just cost money. They cost money, so it's a good thing that the few big sports do make money, because the other sports would go under and wouldn't exist if they weren't getting funding from the other schools. So I guess ultimately, some of these, you know, insignificant, obscure sports programs would just be dropped. They would just be dropped. I mean, it's like if you were paying everybody with the money that the football team brought in, then you might not have enough to supply the pickleball team. You know what I mean? You have to get rid of the whole pickleball facility. and God knows we wouldn't want that. Another sport I probably could have gone pro in is pickleball. Yeah, pickleball. Never heard of pickleball, Gorilla? It's right between... Oh, dude, pickleball is great. It's right between table tennis and actual tennis. It's the mix between... It's like it's a smaller court than tennis, and you're using a ball, you know, about the size... Actually, I think we used a wiffle ball. I played it in high school. We used a wiffle ball,